Hello? Hello? Is anybody here? Where is everybody? Oh my goodness. Dungeons and Dragons. What's up, Bill? Literally nobody here right now. Other than 2 people. But hey, that's completely fine. I'm sure more people will show up. I hope, at least. I hope so. I'm back for the week. I'm hanging out. I was gonna talk to you guys about stuff, but I might not. It might just be me drinking the whole time. Derek Julian's here on YouTube though, and Bill only just got the alert. Well, that's because Bill, I just went live. And to be fair, too, it's been a month. It's been a month since I've gone live. So it's not like, and I'm not even in my normal space. I'm in my living room because my studio is in the process of getting all packed up, and we're close to our closing date for selling this house. So we've got a bajillion different things going on. But if you're here right now, and I hope that more people stop in as well, but thank you for being here tonight. And also, if you're listening on the replay or listening to the audio version in the main podcast feed, or watching the replay, thank you so much for checking it out. Bill wants to know, when do I get to come on your podcast? I've been waiting for years for the invite. Official invite extended, my friend. I would love to have you on an episode of TIMBP. It has been... You know what? You're right. It is ridiculous that I have not asked you to be on the show yet. And I'd like to do more episodes with people that we, have been good friends with for a long time and just have not had the chance to do much with. But the invite has officially been extended. Before the end of the year, Bill, we will get you on the show for sure. But thank you so much for being here. Hoping that the notification or whatever gets pushed to people. Crank my mic volume a little bit. Totally putting you on the spot. If you reach out, I'll come on. Hey, like I said, official invite for sure. Diana Webb. Hello, Diana. Is your dear sweet husband nearby as well? I hope you guys have been doing well. I'm so sorry that I haven't been on in so long. It just it just has not worked out. But there's Donnie. Hello, Donnie. Hello, Joseph. Howdy to you two. What are we doing here? I'm doing a live stream. I'm just happy to be doing a live stream for you people. It looks like I'm in kind of a blank void on a couch. This is my living room. I was saying as people were trickling in that my studio is a mess right now and being packed up for the move. So we will have an update on that before too long. I'll talk some about the house situation. Who dis? Fonzo, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Who is her dear sweet husband? She has a mean, grumpy husband. No, she doesn't. You're a dear sweet friend, at least to me. I don't know how other people might feel, but I think you're a swell human being, Donnie. You can take that to the bank. I figured, in classic TIMBP fashion, just to kick things off, we'll pour a little bit of Turkey 101 because that's just how we roll. Also, I know my lighting is a little bit different, kind of off, but I'm working with what I can at the moment, and I appreciate you guys just stopping by and hanging out with me while we're in a major transition period in our lives. Cheers, everyone. What's up, Scott? Good to see you, man. Mr. Fifth Quarter Tailgate. That and $7.50 will get me a fancy coffee at Starbucks. Ain't that the truth? He speaks the truth. I feel like I speak the truth too, but gotta make sure I don't sink into the couch. I've got an audience tonight of the dogs. So you sold yourself. Sold yourself. I have not sold myself. You sold your house. Have you found a new one? Well, at the moment, no. We're not homeless. We have a place to go, but it is not a house that we have purchased. I wish that we were at that point right now, but we are not. We are still looking. We had some complications, some setbacks that I won't get too in the weeds on here, but long story short, there was a short period, thankfully, where we thought we weren't going to be able to move. So we tried to get out of our contract to sell the house. That did not happen. And we weren't sure what we were going to do. And it turns out we're going to be fine. The short answer is we're going to be okay. We've got a plan in place. We had a contingency plan that we were kind of working out of as well. But the short answer is no, we don't have our own house yet. But we do have some place to go. And that's what's important. So we'll talk about that more eventually. I'm stressed out enough as it is, and that's a big reason why I haven't been able to do the stream in a while, just because there has been so much going on. Lots of travel. I was in Utah last week for work. Got to see Jason and Natalie, dear friends, who I'm sure everybody knows. At least most of you all know. Jason Newman and Natalie Herndon. Wonderful people. But yeah, I was in Florida a couple weeks ago, and house stuff just has caught up with us, and I had a free night tonight, and I figured I'd stop by and say hello to everybody. So that's why we're here, and I got a lot to talk about. Papa Ritter house update. They are still working on the house. Once it is all said and done, they have a new roof. I don't know if we've talked about this. They got a new roof not quite a month ago. I don't think. Time has absolutely no meaning to me anymore. I'm just kind of existing through days and events in some ways. But we they're a lot better off than they were a couple months ago. But when everything is all said and done, it'll probably be the end of the year, beginning of next, before everything gets sorted out for them. Donnie's a grumpy husband this week. New clients added to his workload. I get that. What's going on, Pat? Mr. Bourbon knew himself. Shorter answer, drink bourbon. I am down for that. Oh, Turkey 101. Miss Emily is here. Love y'all. Smash that like button. Do indeed, please. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Big Vic. What's going on, Vic? Who was I talking about recently? Or I was talking with somebody about you recently, and I cannot remember who it was. I don't know. I cannot remember off the top of my head. I'm so sorry. Regardless, thank you for being here. When is closing? July 10th. We've got a week. Not even that. We've practically got a week from Saturday before we have to be completely moved out because they've got to do their final walkthrough inspection of everything, which luckily it's not like a huge cleaning or anything. The best part about this particular deal as well, this particular contract that we signed to sell this house, is that it was as is. So we are not doing a whole lot of work on the house. We did as much as we could to put it in a good place of presentation, and the people who bought it are actually turning it into a rental house, which is totally fine. I think this is a great space for somebody to have their first home. It definitely served that purpose for us, and yeah, I love this house. It will always be our first home. I am gonna miss it, but I am looking forward to what's next. I'll say that much. So, time keeps on ticking, ticking, ticking into the future. Toulouse likes it when I sing, and he just perked up and looked over at me. Brewmaster, what's going on, homie? What's up, Harry? Good to have you back. Thank you so much. It is good to be back, even though it's just going to be, I'm just going to be back for this week, and then I will be back to normal, mostly normal, the 1st of August, I think, is when I'll be pretty much back to a regular weekly schedule, or at least close to that. So we'll see. But thank you. I'm very happy to be back for a little while tonight. I got a lot of stuff to drink and get through as well and talk about. Sober's back on YouTube. I'm back over here now. Twitch was too empty and everybody seems to be over here. They are indeed. At a Jefferson/rabbit hole tasting with a little allocated raffle after. Wish me luck. That sounds awesome, Pat. And Heather's here too. Best of luck to the both of you all. Here, new chapters are always good. They are indeed. Darrell, the Whiskey Saint. Hello, my friend. It is good to see you in the chat. I hope you have been well. Hope your family is hanging in there too. I hope you all have just had a good June. It has been an exceptionally stressful and busy June, not just with the house, just with work, trying to figure out how to fit the podcast into everything. I know that we've not been able to, do a big full new episode every week, but at the very least, I'm happy that we've been able to put stuff out for you all, and I've still got a couple of backlogged episodes that were from that series of benchmark episodes that Swan and I recorded back in the summer of 2020. So those will probably see the light of day before too long. But for the most part, we're just kind of trucking along right now, man. That's about all I can do anymore. So Pat's gonna somehow win another WLW. It just kind of seems like that's his modus operandi. So I would not be surprised. Miss Emily cracks me up. It's Miss Emily. I don't know. I call and it's a term of endearment. I don't mean for it to sound like, because there's a level of sincerity that can be misconstrued as like he's doing it for a bit, or misplaced like chivalry. But I call a lot of my female friends Miss insert name here. It's just I don't know why. It's not an uncommon thing for me to say. So I don't know. These dogs are being good. They're sleepy. I wish I could show you, but it would mess up the camera. Camera angle too much. 93 here now. Feels like 108 was 98 earlier. That's swampy season. It's pretty humid here right now too. Have y'all been dealing for those of us who are on this side of the U.S. Well, I guess it's been just kind of blanketing a good portion of it. The smoke from the Canadian wildfires. I hope you guys haven't been too inundated with it across the board, but we have. Yesterday was pretty rough. I get it. It's a childhood thing for me. Yeah. Oh, Scott, did I dip out? I think it was just you, homie, because I don't think anybody else has said. Regardless, I'm glad it got fixed. Yeah. So that's kind of the house update. Moving in the right direction. I think that's the most important takeaway from everything. And excited. Did not lose a stream. There we go. And just excited about the next opportunity, the next big chapter of things. So slowly but surely, we will get there. I'll go pay my bills. You better. You got content to make too, Scott. So you've got to take care of that, man. I'll talk about some fun stuff that I've done this summer as well. Unfortunately, so much of this summer has been consumed with stress and with work that whenever those little bright spots of fun, I really try to latch onto it. But I'm gonna finish this turkey real quick, and then I'm gonna crack open a bottle of Old Granddad 114 because I was talking about it with Jason last week, and he was saying that he always has Old Granddad 114, and I feel like I also always need to have Old Granddad 114. So I have a new bottle, and we're gonna open it. So, hey, I just want to say too, generally and genuinely, cheers to you guys. Thank you so much for showing up tonight, despite having been gone for a while. But we'll get back to normal eventually. Also, I know I'm out of the habit of saying it, but if you would also like to support the show, you can head to the links below, especially the Stream Elements link, and tip or super chat, however you want to describe it. It'll show up right here at the top of the screen. I can do this. We call them Snuffy Chats in honor of Mr. Snuffleupagus, who is the patron saint of TIMBP live streams. Snuffy is packed away at the moment. He's ready for his new home too. And yes. But if you feel so inclined, I know that you get a lot of that inundation of of YouTubers and streamers and podcasters and whatever saying, support the show, give us money. And you know what? A lot of y'all do that, and it is so greatly appreciated. And I hate to sit here and like beg for super chats and beg for tips. So I'm trying to move away from some of the more formal stuff. Like, they're not formal necessarily, but just like try not to be overly, I don't want it to sound like I'm begging, I think is what I'm really trying to get at. But I do appreciate it if you are able to. Hashtag Snuffy Squad. Snuffy is in hibernation at this time. He is indeed, unfortunately. Oh, Granddad 114 cork pop. Oh, shoot. I hit the mic with it. I am so sorry. That was awful. Yeah, I got a lot to get through tonight, so I won't pour too much. I poured more than I intended, but I'm also trying to cut down a little bit on how much I'm drinking. I've got too much to do to drink all the time. Unfortunately, old Granddad doesn't come around here often, so I don't drink it often. That is unfortunate, indeed. I feel I'm very sorry for you, Scott. You were trying to avoid sounding like a PBS begathon. Yeah, exactly. Snuffy's drunk on cabbages. Amen to that. So let's talk about fun stuff that I've done this summer, and then we'll get to some bourbon talk as well, because it's not like a super crisp thing to talk about. It's not really fresh, but I do think it's something, and I kind of alluded to it in the title of this, but talking about what's going on with Knob Creek right now, especially Knob Creek single barrels, specifically Knob Creek single barrels. So we will talk about that momentarily. But man, I don't want to harp on it too much because a lot of people get bored with it. But I got to see Dead and Company, the newest iteration of bands that the Grateful Dead members have formed together. John Mayer, of course, is woo. I knocked my computer off. What? I'm going to have to teach you how to remove the live reactions in the corner. Down goes that stupid heart. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, Scott. Oh, Papa Ritter's here. Drag racing in the canyon, singing boys don't cry. However that line goes, I can't remember. It's a great song. So what's going on with Knob Creek single barrels? Have not seen many lately. I think that's because we just got our huge influx of like our yearly drop of yeah, Scott, I've got no clue what you're talking about, dude. I didn't know. I look, if it's something that happened over the past week or past month, then I wouldn't be able to tell you. But okay, that's on my screen. I thought there was a spot on my wall. Yeah, we got a huge influx of Knob Creek single barrels here in Lexington, and we usually have them around this time from Liquor Barn, where like a whole bunch of their picks that they did last year are finally ready to be shipped or whatever. And we've had some stellar picks come out of that, so I'll get to those in just a bit, but very, very excited about it. But yeah, Dad's saying we saw a fantastic Dead and Company show once we got into Riverbend. We sat in traffic for 45 minutes just trying to get into Riverbend in Cincinnati. It was miserable, but we saw a heck of a show. They were on fire. See, I can't even see what you all are talking about on StreamYard. So, is anybody approaching Bourbon Karma level of awesome? Nothing will ever be Bourbon Karma. I will say that much, but I could use a drink. Maybe if I just go to my... Hold on. I don't even know where... Oh, it's like Twitch reactions? I like Twitch reactions. I don't mind that. Oh well. Yeah, so Dead and Company was a great show. This is their final tour that they're doing with this lineup. I watched Dad, I haven't even told you about this. I watched a live stream that their bass player did. I think it was this week, and I didn't catch all of it. I caught a portion of it where he said, you know, I don't even know if this is the end. You know, not, and he was like, not that this is me saying I've heard rumblings or whatever. He was just going, you know, this could live on in other iterations. So, not upset about that. We were on the front row of the show, in the section where it was the hard of hearing section, essentially, where they had signers for the songs, and it was so cool. It was such an incredible experience, seeing people engaged with music without even really being able to hear it all the way or at all. Just fantastic. I absolutely loved it. But Fonzo's headed out. Gotta go, Perry. Have a good summer. Stay cool. You too, buddy. Thank you so much for being here, and hope you have a great summer as well. A couple weeks ago, I'll probably wind up talking about this on the podcast some too, but I figured I'd bring it up here because it's still fairly hot button or recent. But man, I saw it in one night, back-to-back movies. Not quite back-to-back. I had a little bit of time in between, but for the sake of the story, they were back-to-back. Across the Spider-Verse and The Flash. And The Flash didn't start until about midnight, after all the credits after all the trailers were shown. So I didn't get home until like 2 o'clock in the morning, or get out of the theater really until about 2 o'clock. And so I was a sleepy boy the next day. But first of all, Across the Spider-Verse is an amazing movie. Unbelievable production value. The art is so elevated, even from Into the Spider-Verse, the original, from, what was it, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that, which is wild that it's been that long. Unbelievable storytelling. Pacing was fantastic. The action was not over the top or too in your face or anything, just the right amount. of everything, and I can't wait to see it again. Apparently, there are multiple versions of it out in theaters as well, just with little dialogue changes and some scenes that are a little bit different. So I know that you can find it on Twitter and everything these days, but I just would like to go back and experience that movie again, because it was such an entertaining and gripping spoil for the senses, I guess, in a weird roundabout way. The Flash was not. I did not enjoy The Flash very much. There were parts of it that I thought were good. There were a lot of parts of it that I just cringed at, and there was nobody in the theater. It was just me. Oh no, I take that back. There were a couple other people, but they were like so far up that we didn't impede on each other's like experience or anything. But it's a movie that tries very, very hard to be funny and just doesn't always succeed. So it's unfortunate, but that's how it goes. That's just how it goes. Yes, Emily, that is a Boy Genius song. There you go. Great friggin' band. They're awesome. I would love to see them. Brewmaster, gotta hop off. Have a good night, everybody. Cheers, Perry. Cheers to you too, man. Good to see you. And this old granddad's not too bad either. I gotta switch my bottles out. I forgot. I used to do this. This is awkward. It was an awkward position for me to be in. But oh look, we do have a mark on the wall. Is it paint? I don't know. How odd. I don't even know what I was saying. But the Flash is just fine. There's some really bizarre and uncomfortable decisions that were made in it, and regardless of how you feel about Ezra Miller as a person too, they gave a pretty daggone good performance. I will say that. I will say that for whatever it's worth. In spades. So, trying to think what else. I've been getting back into listening to a lot of podcasts recently too. I talked about it on the show last week, but my current favorite is a podcast by a couple of YouTubers, Ted Nivison and Jay Schlatt. It's called Chuckle Sandwich, and it's beautiful. Oh, it's so funny. It's so good. I'm just binging my way through episodes right now, and I tell you, there's always. I always like to think that there is a good possibility that I could get these kinds of creators on the podcast, and I think this is a very attainable goal. So we'll see, though. I don't know. I just have so many hopes and dreams, man. I just want to do so many things. There was an update that I didn't share, but at the beginning of the year I was saying that I really want to work towards getting Rhett and Link, the guys from Good Mythical Morning. I'm wearing one of their shirts, actually. Proud Mythical Beast. Sugar Kitty's here! What up, Sugar Kitty? Good to see you. Thank you for taking some time to squeeze TIMBP into your multitasking night. Because I know how crazy that is for you. But anyway, there was a pretty solid development in the right direction for getting Rhett and Link on the show at some point. Not sure when. They're extremely busy guys. But yeah. 4-Leaf Whiskey, what's up, Stacy? Good to see you. Hope you're well. I am a little person. I am good at squeezing into things. Sugar kitty. Hey, that's just the nature of cats, right? What do they say? They're made of jello? Or not jello. Whatever. I guess a better analogy would be that cats act like air. They can perfectly fit their body into whatever container they're in. It's like the right amount of space. I don't know. Is that air or is that water? I think it's air. I don't know. It's been a long time since I was in science class of any kind. Man, old Granddad 114 is good. There's always room for Jell-O. I'm not a big Jell-O person. I'm not a big Jell-O person, and I'm not a big pudding person. I don't like... And it's not that I dislike wet foods, because I like wet food. But I don't like feeling like I'm eating... I just don't like the texture of it. And pudding and Jell-O are inherently sweeter foods as is. And I just don't really eat a whole lot of sweets. I don't do much sweet food. So it's just not really in my lexicon, my Rolodex, my vocabulary, my how do you say? You know what I mean. Really fitting into the container needs an octopus. Me, I got bones. How can you have your pudding when you didn't eat your meat? I'm a savory guy. Truly, if I just had to have, like, cats are liquid. That is true. Removing dessert from my diet or my experience with life really is not an impediment upon my existence. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't miss it, because it has a time and a place. Especially, like, it would make podcast episodes with the Whiskey Mutant quite a bit different. But like, if I could cut something out, and it's not like I eat a whole lot of sweets anyway. But if that got removed from my diet, it wouldn't be the end of the world for me, I suppose. So, with all that in mind, how about we talk about some Knob Creek? Moving from a Beam product to a Beam product. I've got my setup, my lineup over here. Too. But what I really want to bring some attention to, sorry I'm off the mic, I'm trying to multitask here. What I'm really impressed with, Clifton, Mr. Bourbon Bites himself. I'm listening in on my drive home. Welcome back. Thank you, buddy. It's good to see you. I'm going to be on Clifton's stream later tonight as well. So tune in for that over on the Bourbon Bites channel. And then tomorrow night, I should be stopping in on Matt Porter's stream too. So you go weeks without Pear Bear doing a stream, and then all of a sudden, I'm all over the place. So it's so good to see you in here, Clifton. I won't give up ice cream. I would be fine going the rest of my life never having ice cream again. It's not saying that I don't love it, because I do. I think it's wonderful. I just don't eat enough ice cream to feel, I just don't eat enough sweets to feel like I should put that kind of like weight on it, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to pour up 2 Knob Creek picks. This is a big reason I was trying to have some lighter pours. But you know how that goes. And the reason that I'm doing 2 of these side by side is because America, they were actually barreled on the same date in 2012, January 18th, 2012. Okay, so this one was the Liquor Barn. I've got a Liquor Barn pick, and I've got one from Jackson's Wine and Spirits. Not only, daggum, man, are these sister barrel date, hold on, sister barrels that were barreled on the same date. They are from the same rick house on the same floor. Now, I did not realize this until today when I was preparing for this stream, but here we are. So I'm gonna try these side by side and see what we think. Would we do a one-off live stream from vacation? Probably not, because I'm planning on not working at all or very little that week, and also because I don't want to have to bring all that equipment with me either. But maybe next year, when things have settled down a little bit. I get my mother groceries every week. I have to buy her 2 half gallons of ice cream every single time. She practically lives off of it. That's intense. That's a lot of ice cream, man. Yeah. So I want to do this side by side. Golly, they are almost identical. The Jackson's pick has a little bit more richness to it. But both are quite wonderful on the nose. The thing that I have been noticing, and maybe this is just specific to the Lexington market, trying to lower this just a little bit without muting it, and I can't. All right, whatever. You know, for the longest time, we've had only 9-year-old Knob Creek picks, and you know they started reserving anything above 10 years for their limited releases. Their 12 years, their 15, 18, those batched releases, which is understandable, of course. But the thing about these 2 specific barrels is that not only were they barreled on the same date, they were picked a week apart in December of 2022. So both of them are almost 11-year-old barrels. Now, I first of all, I apologize that it's taken 45 minutes to get to talking about bourbon, but that's just kind of the nature of things right now. But you know what? It was worth the wait, I hope. This is such a strong, exciting indication for me that we are getting back to double-digit Knob Creek barrel picks. And honestly, I couldn't be more excited. And I'm not saying that we will wind up in the same kind of glory days that we were in back in 2019, where we were getting a lot of 13, 14, 15-year-old picks. That's probably not going to happen again, at least not for a few more years. But as far as, 10 to 11-year-old picks, they're coming back. And this is not the only 10-year-old Knob Creek pick, almost 11-year-old Knob Creek pick that Liquor Barn has right now. This is one of at least 2. So we've got 3 in Lexington right now. And sure, the sample size might be a little bit smaller than we would hope for, but shouldn't we be excited that this is happening again? We were limited to 9.5 years, 9 years, 5 months, 9 years, 7 months, 9 years, almost 10 months, 11 months, and, just kept going. And not that they were bad picks by any means, but we just kept getting hit with those and going, I know what's going on. I miss where things used to be. And I think we're moving back in the right direction. I really, really think that we are. And I'm, the ongoing debate, is age really that big of a factor with bourbon? Not always. Not always. I'm not saying that it has to be the oldest, most decadent pour, but for something that is so inherently sacred to a lot of us, especially with Knob Creek picks, I cannot express my excitement enough to see things going back to 10 years and up for these picks. I'm so excited for it. It's incredibly invigorating for me. And and I think that, in all honesty, there have been moments over the past couple of years, and I think that the pandemic is not entirely to blame, but it's also not something that I can ignore from this equation. That there are times where I've kind of lost steam for being excited about bourbon. I mean, that's just kind of how it's felt for a large part of it. And I don't... I know but it has to come in seasons. There's no way that I can just maintain a level of excitement the entire time. If I did, then I would be doing myself a disservice by not, giving myself time to, grieve is not the right word, but at least, have bad times. When I was in, and I still kind of abide by this. I still have a part of my being that truly believes this. When I was in youth group, when I was in high school, my youth pastor said that they were giving some kind of prayer or some kind of devotion, and their ask was that they had a good week, that the students had a good week or had good times ahead of them. And one of the parents came up to my youth pastor, his name is Brian, and said, "Why do you always ask for good times, for positive experiences?" He was like, "What do you mean?" And they said, "You don't grow during good times. You grow stagnant during good times. It's when you have tougher times, it's when you have challenges, that you really grow as a person. And it's not trying to wish ill upon anybody, but it is just hoping for, praying for, putting energy towards the encouragement for growth and for times where things are not as clear cut. And I still believe that. I still very much believe that. And it's not that I want anybody to struggle, but I do think that they are such, it's important to feel those things. And circling back to, the bourbon side of it, like I'm okay with times where I'm not as excited about releases, or I get a little bit exhausted and worn out with new distilleries or new batches or new this, that, and the other. It just gets exhausting. But then you learn to appreciate the things that are happening, or the things that are growing in particular ways. And even circling back to, how tough this home search has been. It's just been one big learning experience. It's been one big challenge that, there are things that could have been avoided for us. But I appreciate the ability to say this was a challenging time. The ability to feel that and recognize that, despite anxiety, despite depression, despite sleepless nights, and the feeling of impending doom, I embrace that. And I think it's important to embrace moments where things are not going great, or moments when you're not excited. Because on the opposite side of that, things do change. Things get more exciting. Things get better, essentially. And so this is a long-winded way for me to say that I am very excited to see that Knob Creek has a higher age statement coming back. But, yo! What's the Whiskey Mutant doing? Yo, dude! I didn't even see. Eric wants me to do Scary Perry. I'm not doing Scary Perry. I'm having a good time. Jason Newman just got to work and jumped in. It was so great to share my home with you. Hope training went well. Cheers, brother. Cheers to you too, Jason. It is good to have you in the chat, and thank you so much for sharing your home, your food, your whiskey collection with me. And my coworker as well. I mean, just you and Natalie are such lovely, wonderful people, and it was just incredible to spend time with you guys. I feel the same, Perry. Thank you, Clifton. I appreciate that. Good time, spiritual finished. That's funny. Bring back the 15 years, please. Oh, absolutely. Uh-oh. Eric said, send me the link. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Well, Eric, you got the link now, so. Oh, this is gonna go great here in a moment. I want to get through this comparison as well. I've talked for way too long. I'm sorry. The Jacksons is so peanut buttery and chocolatey. It's got like a jam or jelly note to it as well. Oh man. Here we go. Hang on, I I gotta pause some stuff, but guess what? All the way from an undisclosed location, it's the mutant himself.
Hey, baby!
What's up, homie?
Well, I've got a whiskey that I searched high and low for today, right here in my glass. Something that you know I think people overlook. So I've had a couple of margaritas already today. I've been in the sun, and I
Did you
saw
go
you
swim?
on. I've swam. I'm like the I'm like I'm like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
What is the likelihood if somebody were to just throw you into the ocean right now that you would float?
69% chance.
I miss you.
It, too. That's why I said send me the link because I had to get on here.
Hey, I'm okay with it. Are we still recording Monday night?
Yeah. Come over to the house and record if you want. We can do it in person.
Oh, that's not a terrible idea.
It's
I'm
not.
doing that.
This is Turkey 101 rye.
Oh yeah, sorry, we didn't talk about what you were actually drinking.
I don't care. What are you all? What's everybody doing tonight?
Well, Dad says he wants to party with you.
Well,
And he called you cowboy.
cowboy.
He said, "I want to party with you, cowboy."
That's the other Eric.
Every Eric is a cowboy.
I know, right? I don't even have a cowboy hat. I have a Freddy Krueger hat.
I used to have a straw cowboy hat that I would play in when I was a little kid.
All right, I got a question
What?
for you.
Okay.
I was listening to a podcast today, and they asked each other, "What's the first viral video you remember watching?" I'll tell you mine.
Ooh.
Mine was Star Wars Kid,
Oh, that's a good one.
and the Afro Ninja where he had the nunchucks and then he did a flip and he busted his face open.
I think the first one I really remember is um shoot, Diamond Dave's Ninja School. So you remember?
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is Diamond Dave's Ninja.
Ninja School. So what are we doing? Let's
You
tease.
see this? If I was to put these in my pocket, I'd be arrested for concealment of deadly weapons. You see this? Regular can of tobacco, you says? No, says I. Ninja Store!
Ninja Star. I don't want to see you in a cowboy hat. No.
Don't go Judean, nobody that don't need a Judean.
There you go.
Clifton said either Charlie bit me or Numa Numa.
Oh, Charlie bit me.
I think Charlie. I had to explain. So, my sister-in-law's boyfriend is from Colombia, and he did not understand Charlie bit me. I had to explain to him what the Charlie bit me video was, and he was like, "I still don't get it." I was like, "Well, it's kind of a visual experience."
Do you remember Titanic Kid, the one where he sang "My Heart Will Go On" in a while, and he ripped the shirt off middle of?
No.
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna send you the link tonight.
Yes, please do. I'm gonna have to. I feel like I need to go on like a old Vine compilation binge or something.
See, mine was always E-Bomb's World. That was like my first YouTube.
Yeah.
E-Bomb.
I don't remember the first YouTube channel that I was like, because it took me a while to like really latch on to YouTube. Okay, you know what I probably watched the most on YouTube back in the day was old clips of Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh my god. Where the points don't matter.
Everything's made up and the points don't matter. Which definitely informed a whole lot of my my humor these days. America's Funniest Home Videos was the first YouTube.
I don't know about that.
It's not a terrible take. I don't mind
Yeah.
that. Also, hi John. Thank you so much for being here, buddy. It's good to see you. Chris didn't get baseball. He loves baseball. This is Emma's boyfriend.
Basketball.
Basketball.
So what
like
are we?
Columbia, Missouri, or Zooted Columbia? Zooted Columbia.
Do we got anything to review Monday? Let's tease what we're going to do.
We haven't been sent anything in a while.
I'm hoping that something that I ordered shows up. I don't know if it's been sent out.
I hope so. Did you wind up getting that one thing? What?
I bought us something to pair. It's bad.
Oh, great. Did you wind up getting that one bottle today that you sent in our group chat?
No.
You should have. I feel like that would have been
That was
great.
like $100.
Oh, well, never mind. What about the We Like the Moon Quiznos commercial?
We like the moon.
I don't remember We Like the Moon. I just remember the It's Quiznos subs.
It's Quiznos time.
The little rats or whatever they were.
Oh, what about Budweiser's commercial? Budweiser.
Is that a viral video though?
It was before the internet.
Fair enough. Review your Father's Day present. That'd be a fun review.
My Father's Day present was this fake.
Nope.
Huh?
What? No, Jack.
Flash My Bourbon podcast for as little as $1 a month. At $5, you can get all the uncut stuff. You get bonus episodes where I review my Father's Day present in detail. Go there.
Oh no. Did you reply to a particular text that I sent you today? Or no, it was an Instagram message. I don't think you did.
Dude, we send so many Instagram messages that
we really do.
I have to go back at the end of the day and just look through them all.
Oh, the What's Up commercial.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Review Bucky's jerky on Monday.
Okay.
That'd be a fun alternate reality podcast for us to do for TIMBP on Patreon.
TIMBP in space.
Strong bad? Oh, the Ace Quiznos subs. That's the one that he was talking about. Okay. We 100% ran down the Homestar Runner vein the other night. Fantastic.
I got a Homestar Runner vein.
I don't want to know what you mean by that, although I can kind of figure it out. Don't you laugh? Don't you laugh like you set me up for a joke that you knew I was going to fall into anyway.
Oh.
Time to read the emails. Do we have
What?
emails?
I had an email. I got to send out some more bottles of our barrel pick.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah. Which is still available at Lawrenceburg Bourbon Company if you want to get the latest barrel pick from This My Bourbon podcast.
Second latest. Because we've got the...
Oh, yeah. No, I'm here.
Your video's cutting out.
Am I here?
Oh, there you are. You're back. Oh, I think it's on my end, though.
Oh, yeah, the second latest, but I believe it when I see it. David.
Oh, Strong Bad says time to read the email.
Oh.
Sorry. TIMBP Laser Cats. I love Laser Cats from Saturday Night Live.
I love Thundercats.
Oh!
Hello. Or what's the cats that were like they're like a superhero team. They're like brothers, and they had a jet. Oh crap! Something cats.
Teenage Mutant Wonder Cats?
No. No.
Because that sounded like Cats, Wonder Woman, and TMNT all put together.
I don't know. They had cool suits on. I can't remember. I'll send it to you later.
Oh, Dad says he still doesn't have his barrel pick bottles. Hold on. There we go.
You're supposed to.
We'll talk about it later. Back it up, Terry.
Ah!
Oh, no, Terry, what you doing?
Oh.
Wildcats?
Yeah, they were in like the city, and they had like a jet and all this stuff. Something like that. I don't know.
Emily said Thundercats again.
Well, Thundercats is
Oh,
Lionel.
Thundercats.
Thundercats. Oh.
I know why. Dad says I know I'm supposed to have them. SWAT cats.
SWAT cats. That's it.
You almost threw your phone.
That's it. SWAT cats.
SWAT cats.
SWAT cats. That's it.
Oh, that's good. I don't remember SWAT cats.
Well, we'll watch it together.
Okay. We'll
All
do
right.
TIMBP reacts to SWAT cats.
SWAT cats.
To
All
old viral videos.
I gotta. My child. I don't know what the boys are doing right now. I gotta go.
That's fine. That means we're gonna get out of here too. But
Love you.
I love you. See you Monday.
Monday, baby.
Yeah, dude.
And you guys see the chat right now, but cheers to everybody. Drink something good. Drink to Perry, the Pear Bear, the scary Perry, the little piss baby. And I'm gone.
All right. Well, that's our cue to get out of here as well. Thank you all so much for watching this week. Listening to, if you are checking out the audio version of this on the audio feed of the main podcast. And that does it for this week. Support the show on Patreon, patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. And we'll see you real soon. Until next time, I'm Perry. And this is TIMBP Live. I looked over at the camera like I was ready to go, but I'm not. But now I am. Bye. Oh, I'm going to be on Clifton Stream later too. See you guys.